Now, I already know a lot of y'all watching this video, you're doing this because you're thinking about moving here to the Memphis area because you can save some money. You get a lot for your money here in the Memphis area, and depending on your situation, you might could save even more in maybe Mississippi versus doing it on the Tennessee side. And I've got some comparisons here for you in those costs to let you know. And if you're thinking you can save some money in Mississippi, that's what I'm hearing a lot. That's what people are telling me. You probably can, but I've got some things too that might really surprise you. What's up, everybody? My name is Jared Laster here on the Moving to Memphis channel, and I'm also a licensed agent with eXp Realty here in Mississippi. If you watch the channel a lot, you know we've got Kris Goudy up there in Tennessee. I'm up there with him all the time. He's our guy in Tennessee, so we got you taken care of on both sides of the line. But here today, we're talking here about really, is it worth coming down to the Mississippi side? And this is really going to be for you if you're looking at working maybe in Collierville or Germantown, or maybe even up to Bartlett or in Memphis, in the Memphis, like the core Memphis area or South Memphis. If you're going to be in those areas, it may be worth it for you to consider. Now, if you're going to be up there in, if you're looking to come here for the new Ford plant, it's going to be about an hour commute for you from Olive Branch. So I don't know. So let me know what's got you comparing the two. What are you coming here for? Put that down there in the comments. Or are you local, already here in Memphis, thinking about coming down to the Mississippi side, wondering if it's worth it? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know. I'm just curious to see what's got y'all comparing. I know what's probably got a lot of you comparing, though, what's caught your eye about the Mississippi side. And if it's not this, it will be this probably after I tell you here, and that is the home prices. You can save a good bit of money for a comparable home in Mississippi, maybe in Olive Branch or South Haven versus up in, say, Collierville or Germantown, and they're just right across the line from each other. So I'll give you a true story here right now, actually, just very recently here. Brand new construction home, about 30% more up in Tennessee versus down in Olive Branch for the same builder and same floor plan. It's just some difference in cost and in land cost up there. So that's a big deal there. It ended up being about $200,000 difference on this particular floor plan just by coming down to Mississippi. So if you can save $200,000 on your house, it's definitely something to consider. But what are the other things that are going to be factors here? I'll tell you, a lot of the general living costs not going to be a big factor. Your grocery costs, your utility costs, well, it's going to be roughly about the same. Gas is going to be generally about the same. It's not like it's $3 in Memphis and $1.50 in Mississippi. It's not really that big of a difference. But there are some tax situations that will be a good bit different. And so I want to get into those and really compare, because this is going to kind of get into your personal situation. What have you got going on, and which side is going to be better for you ultimately? So first off, income tax. I want to knock that one out first, because that's why a lot of people look at Tennessee. Tennessee has no income tax, no state income tax. Now, you can't get away from that federal, but you do have no state income tax in Tennessee. You do have one, though, in Mississippi. It's going to be 4% and 5%, and that 5% kicks in over $10,000, so pretty early there on as far as income goes. And anything above that, you're paying 5%. So if you have a high income and maybe a modestly priced house, you could at some point kind of start to negate yourself and the money that you saved on the house by what you're going to be paying in property taxes. Now, if your income maybe isn't quite so high, at least in relation to the price of your house, maybe you don't have that situation. You're actually still going to be doing a lot better in Mississippi, and that's the case for a lot of people. But just keep in mind, you will be paying that income tax, whether it's a little bit or a lot. So it's still going to add up over time. Now, the other taxes that you're going to have is property tax. Property tax is going to be about the same on both sides of the line. But in Mississippi, you do have the ability to file for a homestead exemption. That's on your primary residence, and it changes how they calculate that. So it can save you a good bit of money on the Mississippi side. It's going to vary depending on what city and county that you're in Mississippi. But it can save you a good bit of money. But generally, both sides of the line are going to be fairly low. You just get that little extra benefit down in Mississippi. Now, the last tax that we're going to talk about that affects most people is sales tax. You're going to be paying this everywhere that you go. When you go shopping or when you do just about anything, you're going to be paying a sales tax. And in Tennessee, you're going to be paying a little bit more. You're going to be paying really close to about 10% generally. It's not set at the state level at 10%. It's actually 7% at the state level, and then the counties and cities have things on top of it. Generally, I'm going to say just round it off in your head, say it's about 10%. On the Mississippi side, it's going to be pretty much 7% everywhere if you're going shopping. Now, if you go to a restaurant, a hotel, they have little taxes they add on top of that. But generally, that sales tax when you're going up to the outlet mall in South Haven, you're going to be paying right at 7% every time. So that's that could, if you're spending a lot of money, you like to shop, that could save you a good bit there. Now, this last one here, if you stuck around, give me a like. And I don't want to say before we get into this one. This one's going to surprise you a little bit. It's going to might shock you some if this isn't something that you've seen before. And so make sure to, if you want to see more stuff like this, you want to see this kind of info, make sure you hit that subscribe and click the bell. That way you get notified when our videos come out. But this last one here is just that when you go register your vehicle in Mississippi, it's going to cost you a lot more potentially than it will up there in Tennessee. See, in Tennessee, it's pretty much set at about $90. It doesn't really matter what kind of car you drive. You're going to pay about the same registration fee every time you go register and get your tag. If you go drive off with a brand new $50,000 car in Mississippi, it could be $600, $700, $800, and it only really goes up from there. If you have a more nicer luxury vehicle, $80,000, $90,000, you could easily get over $1,000. And that doesn't just go way down the next year. It's not like you're paying the sales taxes right then. You still have the sales taxes and everything that you normally pay on the purchase of the car. I believe it's 5%. But what you're going to have to do there is the next year when you register again, you renew your tag, it's going to go down some. So if it's $800 the first year, it might be about $650 the second year, maybe about $550 the third year, and it's going to continue to come down over time. So have you seen that anywhere else? Let me know in the comments what it's like where you're from. Are you paying a lot? Or is it a better situation if you got a situation like what you've got in Tennessee? I don't know. I'm curious on that one. And, I got to tell you, coming from originally, I came from Texas. And in Texas, it used to be when I was there around $70, maybe $65. And then, we got hit with that big bill when we came to Mississippi on that. So keep that in mind, y'all. So what was on here, the things that I left out, the other questions that you have about Mississippi versus Tennessee, drop those in the comments. Of course, if you are that person who's thinking about making a move here seriously, you got to get down here and look, check this number out. Call us, text us, email us, whatever it takes, get in touch with us. We want to keep you from singing the blues about your move here to Memphis. And y'all, if you want to know more about the area in general, we did a whole pros and cons video, and I'm going to put right there for you. So check that out. You definitely want to see that, especially if you are that person thinking about making a move here.